Hello, good morning. This is Francis from McCaffrey Crafts, and today I thought we'd have one of these cup of tea videos where I sit down and I respond to maybe some comments or just have a chat generally about anything that's on my mind. So it's a nice morning here in Ireland for a change. It's a bit sunny outside. Look, you can see the reflection of the sun on my face, and if you ever wondered why Irish people talk about the weather so much, it's because it's we never see sun. It's we're super pale for a reason, and when any little bit of sunlight comes out, like our skin is just like sunlight, and it reacts to it. So and they say it's getting some sunlight is makes you happy, isn't it? That's what they say. So anyway, today I'm happy enough because I had a bit of a sleep in today because many people who know me know I pretty much work the 7 days a week. I'm always making sticks, straightening sticks, packing orders, send them. That when you have a full-time online business and you do it basically yourself, you have to put in the hours, and if you don't, you're just not successful. It's as simple as that. So you have to kind of rotate your life around what's going on. So minding the kids, working, using the kitchen as a bit of a work zone, which I shouldn't be doing too much. If you visit the McCaffrey household here, you'll get the smell of paints and the smell of woods. And sorry about that for any visitors, but not having any visitors at the moment, so it's not too bad. So anyway, look, love my cup of tea actually, and have my biscuits to the side too, but I'm not going to start eating biscuits while I talk because I did that one time and it was just silly. So anyway, look, I'll get to a comment today that I kind of it's something that I really want to talk about, and I think is very important for a lot of people who watch this channel. And I've addressed this point a few times before, but I really want to address it today in a proper manner because, if someone doesn't listen to me, they're going to get hurt. And it's not safe to do some of the things that you think you can do. Especially, this is a big call out to the new stick makers, and by new I mean anyone who's doing it in the last 3 years, because you don't know what you're doing yet, and I don't want you to make some of the mistakes that I've learned over the years as well, and it's very important. So I saw this comment last evening where I just kind of summarized a few points. Basically, the comment was like, the thorns are lethal, and he said you must be mad, for doing this type of business. He said he attempted to go cut some blackthorn and he was cut to bits. He was left very sore and he got loads of thorns into him, and he thinks one of the thorns is infected in his hands. Now, this experience I wouldn't wish on anyone. It's I have to warn everyone about just going in and thinking you become a Shillelagh Maker or a blackthorn stick maker because you watched a few YouTube videos and you think you're an expert. This is a dangerous game. There is a reason why everyone isn't doing this. Why isn't everyone doing blackthorn? There's a number of reasons as well, and it's like there's a circle of life of these new guys that come into it. Like, they think, they have, as I always say, they have a local patch of blackthorn, and they can get it they have easy access to it. They cut a few sticks and they think, happy days. But that's not how it is for the long term. Just to address a few points, like he's like, the thorns are lethal. Yes, you have to be very, very careful with blackthorns. Here, here's a kind of blackthorn that's seasoned. As you can see, I've kind of trimmed down all the thorns. Like, say here, you see this one? Now, a blackthorn will probably go out to about here, and the tip of the blackthorn is where the poison is. Now, blackthorn is poisonous. Yes, there's poison in it. You got to be careful. Can you get infected? Yes. Can it be serious? Yes. Should you just be jumping into a bush without any experience? No, not at all. The guy was saying, look, I must be mad to be doing this. And, how can I argue with that? Are Shillelagh Bakers a bit mad? I guess so. Like, what would possess someone to not run, but, jump into a blackthorn bush, hack the way through, just to get one stick. It could take 30 minutes. You could be cut to pieces. You could be infected. You could be doing anything. Like, why would someone do this? And, he was just saying, look, am I mad? Am I a madman for doing this? And, depends what your definition of mad is. I can't really argue it. Like, it's been something that has been said to me a few times. Are you insane for going off and cutting blackthorn? And I don't feel it's insane. Like, I do have a lot of respect for anyone that can do it carefully and without getting injured. But like, there's no way around it. 100% sure, if you start doing the blackthorn business, shillelagh making, you will get injured. You will get hurt. There's no way around it. I've tried to be careful. I've tried to anything. It's like the price you have to pay to the blackthorn gods. If you want to make a shillelagh, you have to, spill some blood. You have to get injured. You have to get pricked, and so many different things. So it's not for everyone. Like, you have to be careful. And like, I've been very careful now over the years, and but I've had my loads of injuries as well over the years. And like, you do get cut to bits. When you go in to blackthorn bush, everyone says, oh, wear the Kevlar, wear this, wear the protective gear, wear that. But you're going in, maneuvering in through these different positions. Like, even if you wear protective gloves, you have shin pads on, like, a bush will just get you here or just get you here, or it'll find your weakness. It's like, it's got a life of its own. It's like, when you go in there, you could be well prepared wearing all, but then if you're wearing like too much, you can't maneuver, you can't cut, and you can't really see things. But like, so like, the most important thing you got to protect is your eyes. Like, really go in carefully, because like there was one guy about maybe 7 years ago that lost an eye. It's a blackthorn. I remember it was actually a guy from the UK. He went into the bush. He was working his way through. Thorn came in. Like, you don't want to get one of these boys, right there. Like, it's you're going to be looking like a pirate for the rest of your life with the patch. So you want to be careful there. So it's very sore. And again, the most poisonous part is the tip of the thorn, like maybe like a millimeter or half a millimeter. It contains this like fungus bacteria type thing. And like when you get it into your hand, like, when you get it into your hand, it's, you're not going to feel it for a few hours. And then how it starts is like, you get it into here, say, and then, you think you're fine. Then a few hours later, you'll start to get like all redness around here and sore and tender. And then the next morning you'll wake up and it'll be all red and infected. Now, you have to get that tip of the thorn out of you. You can't just leave it in there. The longer it's leaving in there, it's going to infect you. The only way that I can get it out is literally with a needle and a tweezers. You have to dig in with the needle and just get it all out. You can't leave a blackthorn in there. And it's all fun and games to make a walking stick, and everyone thinks it's fun. But blackthorn stick making is different. Like, you get guys, they make hazel stakes, they make all these stakes, and then they go, I love this blackthorn now. It's the great stories about it, the Irish fighting stick, the connecting to Irish heritage. But like, they might have experience of making walking sticks, and they might know how to carve handles. But cutting blackthorn is a different business. It's like, there's so much skill involved in this. Like, a lot of people don't fully understand. That's why I keep saying, they go into this business and they think they know everything straight away. Like, I've made, I've made probably I've made over 10,000 walking sticks easily. I can, I know how many sticks I make each year, and I know how many I've been making. I've easily made over 10,000 walking sticks. So I've made 10,000. I've cut thousands of walking sticks. I kind of know a thing or two now about this shillelagh making business. And I'm going to go on and on. This video isn't young yet. The thorns are lethal. You have to be very careful. You are going to get cut quite a lot. You're going to have to treat yourself fast. You have to, know what to do. Like, for example, if your eyesight isn't great, if you're a bit old, your eyesight isn't as best as you want, like, and you get a thorn into you, it's going to be very hard to get out. How are you going to do it? Now, imagine as well, if you get a thorn in an awkward place, what are you going to do? you know, you're living alone or something like that, you're going to be in spot of bother, and that's going to get affected. So you need to be very, very, very careful. I'd completely advise against any hobbyist going out and trying to cut blackthorn. If you see one that's really easy and you want to have a go, that's fine. But, you know, as they say, leave this to the experts. You see me going into a bush, collecting a load of sticks. I know what to do. I know how to be careful. You know, people say, oh, I'm too slow doing this or too slow doing that or too careful. That's the best way to be. I do this as a job. I do this full time. I know the dangers of cutting blackthorn. Every year I get more and more careful. Like this year I haven't been injured yet. So it's like, wow, surprise, surprise. But I haven't done like an awful lot of cutting like as I usually do. I'll probably be like less this year. So I have to try to figure out. I have a few guys messaging me saying they've cut some blackthorn, so maybe I'll take a few sticks from them that they've cut if they're up to scratch and stuff like that. Because I'd say I've cut about 60% of what I need probably from 2 years from now. But there's still time to cut. I still got another month and a bit. So month of March now, I gotta go get out there and cut quite a lot. So that's why the month of February now I'm making quite a lot of sticks and getting a load of sticks there online. So again, you have to be like, just be very careful. Don't do this unless you know what you're doing. You know, if you go out blackthorn cutting, have your phone in you in case you get hurt or injured. You know, have tweezers, have, you know, needles to take it out. You'll need someone with good eyesight to help you if you have, you know, a thorn in a different thing. But like, to be honest, this isn't for everyone. This isn't really something that you should dive into head first and think you can do it. The dangers of blackthorn are real. The injuries are real. You know, is this something you really want to do? You know, you could lose an eye, you could lose a hand, you could lose, you know, not a hand, but you could get infected. You can get, you know, is it worth it? Like, you know, you want to go out and get your own stick. Is it worth it to hurt yourself that much? Like, you know, there's guys like me, professional makers. If you want a stick, just buy one. You know, it's I know there's something very unique about making something yourself, but like, you know, takes 2 years. You got to go get it, and if just 1 or 2 is fine. But this is really to these guys who think they can, you know, go out and start it up and, you know, get it going. Again, there's a reason why not everyone can do this for longer than 3 years. You know, they do the sticks for 2 years, they sell them all off, and then they have difficulty trying to cut the sticks themselves. It's the biggest thing that I've had to figure out in growing my business and keeping it a business, is the supply of continually going and getting blackthorn. And, you know, there's no easy way to do it. Like, you know, there's only so many places you can find it, and then you have to go to the farmers, you have to get their permission, you have to, like, you know, just be on the onlook and outlook for blackthorn and for new bushes. So look, my recommendation is for all of these people, just be very careful cutting blackthorn. The dangers are real, and you know, I've kind of repeated myself a few times on this video. Just be very careful, guys. It's not something to take lightly, and I hope that you can respect me then. And when you buy a walking stick from me for €100, and you're like, you know, I know other guys sell for 150 and 180. I'm about the €100 mark at the moment. Like, you know that you're getting a deal. Like, you know, for me to go out and cut one of these and literally risk my life, you know, of my life, and I'm, you know, I have 3 kids myself and stuff, and I put myself through this to have a living. You know, you're getting a unique item. You're getting a really unique item with a history, with a story beside it, you know, with prestige. You know, these are highly sought after sticks for a reason. You know, some people, I think one guy commented, he said, oh, you really charge 100 for something like that? Doesn't really know what goes into it, doesn't know the dangers, doesn't know you're taking quite a poisonous type of thing, you know. So, you know, my respect to all my fellow shillelagh makers and stick makers out there, even though some of them are a bit mad as well. and some of them have said some choice things to me over the years, for various reasons. But I do on some level respect them, and you know, the title of this video, I suppose, is "Are You Mad?" And yeah, I guess so. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.